In this demo, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to AskRail and describe how to search for railcar contents as well as view the contents of an entire train. AskRail is a free mobile application available through the Apple App Store and Google Play that provides immediate access to accurate, near real-time information about railcar contents, including whether specified railcars are carrying hazardous materials. It serves emergency responders who arrive first to the scene of a rail incident and helps them make informed decisions about how to respond to a rail incident. Only qualified users and users who have completed industry-sponsored training for emergency responders can gain full access to AskRail features. To search the contents of an individual railcar, you first need to locate the equipment ID for that railcar. The equipment ID is a set of up to 4 letters and up to 6 numbers on the side and each end of every railcar that serves as a unique identifier for that piece of railroad equipment. For example, in this picture, the equipment ID is ARTX 275724. An authorized user can query the contents of a railcar with an equipment ID search to see whether a railcar is carrying hazardous materials. Simply enter the railcar's equipment ID in the search field and select Search. AskRail returns the following information: hazardous or non-hazardous, loaded or empty status, type of railcar, weight of the shipment, UN number for any located hazardous materials, proper shipping name for the railcar's contents, technical name of hazardous materials if available, hazard class for the railcar's contents, poison inhalation hazard information if applicable, railroad name, and the railroad's emergency contact information. If you have consist access, you can select View Train to view information about the entire consist, all the railcars on the train plus the locomotives and the end-of-train device. As you scroll through the list of railcars, you can see at a glance the sequence of the railcars in the consist, their equipment IDs, their loaded empty status, and whether or not they are carrying hazardous materials. Railcars listed in red are carrying hazardous materials. Note that for Union Pacific trains, the consist is sequenced from the rear forward. This means that for UP only, the railcar listed as number 1 is actually at the rear of the train. Watch the video on using AskRail reference materials to learn how to use AskRail to view the railroad contact list, read published guidance on how to respond to situations involving any located hazardous materials, look up information about hazardous materials placards, view a list of the top 125 hazardous materials most commonly shipped via rail, and access contact information for emergency response resources. Look for other AskRail videos on topics such as registering to use AskRail, performing the required yearly recertification, and calculating an isolation zone and displaying the affected area on a map. That wraps up our brief introduction to AskRail. Contact us for more information.